Hi guys, it's Jason again, and today I'm going to show you how to glue end caps, these guys here, onto your NFT channel. Well, this is always a very important step when you're building out any NFT system, because most leaks that you're going to encounter with your NFT system are going to happen at the end caps. So today I hope to show you the best way to do that. So what you want to begin with is find your piece of NFT channel. Make sure you know which end caps you're going to use. There's a few different varieties. So one is just going to be a solid end cap. It's got the Crop King logo on it there. There's no penetration, no opening at all. And then this other one here is going to have an opening where we can mount an elbow. So make sure you know which one you're using. In this case, I'm going to put one on each end just so you can kind of see the procedure. The good news is it really doesn't change much on which end cap you're applying. So I'll start with the solid end cap, and what we want to do is we use one of the two products that we've been given in our kit. So first of all, we've got a primer. So this is basically just going to prepare the plastic and get it ready to receive the glue. And then the larger container here, this is the actual cement or the glue that's going to hold the end cap to our NFT channel. So what I want to do here, before I get started, I'm going to show you a little trick here. A lot of times these are put on backwards or people aren't exactly sure how to align them. So if you turn it over and look on the back, you'll see that there's a set of double ridges here. That's always going to point down. You want to make sure that where the NFT end would fit into the end cap is going to be pointed down. Otherwise, they're not going to fit together properly. So once I've identified which way is down, I'm going to take my primer. I'm going to open that up. There's a wand inside here. So you're just going to take the wand and you're going to kind of go in and around anywhere where glue might go into this piece of end cap. You can do the inside, you can do the outside. Really, we're not going to get into the inside very much, but it doesn't hurt to kind of give it a clean and a prime. Once I'm happy with that, I take my piece of NFT channel and I'm going to prime that. So I want to make sure I'm priming the inside of the NFT channel. So you can see I'm swabbing the inside, and then I'm going to flip it over, and I'm also going to do the outside. Remember, the goal of this is just to prepare the plastic to receive the glue. So getting a good coating of primer on there is going to help you get a nice tight seal. So when I'm happy with my primer, I can put the lid on that and set that aside. And now I'm going to grab my cement or my glue. So my recommendation here is go heavy. A lot of times when we see leaks, the problem is people didn't use enough of the glue. So we give you quite a bit. Don't be stingy. You can use as much as you need to here. I'm going to really kind of goober it up really good. So I'm going to kind of knock a little bit of the excess off so I'm not just dripping all over my table. But I want my swab to be nice and saturated with glue. And then I'm going to try to get into every little nook and cranny here in my end cap. Really get it glued well here. So get a bunch of glue down in there. And in fact, once I get this end cap where I'm happy, I'm going to set it down and kind of let that glue drive down into those gaps. I'm going to get my swab saturated again. And now I'm going to do the same thing on my NFT channel. So inside first, flip it over. Now I'm going to coat my outside. Applying liberally here, really, there's no advantage to going light. You might as well go heavy. It actually helps them squeeze together better when it's a little bit wet from the glue. So I get a nice heavy coating on there, put that swab back in there. Now the tricky part, taking your end cap and fitting it on here. So you want to kind of marry these two pieces together. It just kind of takes sight lining it and getting them lined up. The NFT channel should fit inside of the end cap, and those two pieces give it a good hard push, and those two pieces are going to cement together. So that'll be a nice tight seal, and with any luck, I'm not going to have any leaks with that at all. So that piece is ready to go. I'm ready to move to the other end. So on the other end, I'm going to repeat exactly the same process. Again, there's no difference here. It's just this one has an opening, so it's meant to receive an elbow. So you're going to have probably a 90-degree elbow here that's also going to glue on. That could be used in any of our different NFT channels. Just kind of depends on what it is, which system that you've purchased. But again, start with your primer. As I said, we give you a lot, so don't be shy. You're not going to over primer. You're probably not going to be able to over glue. So we'd rather you put too much on than not enough. Give it a good swab. Set that aside. Do the same thing here. on the NFT channel, inside first. That's just my method. You don't have to do it inside first, really. Whatever order works for you is fine. And then I do the outside. Ideally, it would still be wet with primer when you apply the glue. That's what the instructions tell you to do, but it's not going to really derail you if it does dry a little bit. It does dry pretty quickly. Back to the glue. Again, a nice liberal amount here. Don't be afraid to really get that cement down into the gaps. So I'm going to kind of drip that down in there, making sure that every portion of that interlocking system is glued up really good. Set it aside, let it run down in, and then repeat it again inside the NFT channel and then on the outside of the NFT channel. And when you're happy, you feel like you got enough glue on there, it's nice and glued up, you can take your end cap and same process as before, just fit these two pieces together and give it a good squeeze. And now we should have a nice tight seal there. So you can see I made a little bit of a mess. There is a lot of this glue. You're going to want to probably set those aside. I would recommend putting them somewhere where there's some good ventilation, so maybe do it outside or do it at the end of the day when no one's going to be in your classroom or in your building or whatever, because it does get a little smelly and some of those fumes are a little bit noxious. We don't want anybody getting high during the process here. So, maybe set that aside so you don't get in trouble with your principal. Keep a rag or something handy too. You're probably going to get a little glue on your fingers. If you get it on your clothes, those clothes are probably trash. So just be careful with the way you handle those. But if you have questions about gluing NFT channels, never hesitate to give us a ring. You can give us a call, shoot us an email, check us out on the website. We'll make sure that these videos all get posted to YouTube. So if you're watching this now, you're probably on YouTube anyways. But I'm Jason. Reach out to me if I can help you at all. Good luck out there. Happy growing.